Welcome. This is a summary of Chapter 15 of Continuing Professional Education in Transition, Visions for the Professions and New Strategies for Lifelong Learning, edited by William H. Young. Chapter 15 is Continuing Professional Education for Teachers by Daniel J. Cavallini. The federal government made teacher in-service training a national defense issue with categorical funding of staff development activities through the National Science Foundation, and later the National Defense and Education Act of 1958. Staff development programs not only provide professional knowledge, but also play a role in the intellectual development of each individual person. Staff development designers are urged to consider the foundational theories of adult learning as set out by Malcolm Knowles. Programs should be turned into lifelong learning laboratories, so teachers will have the ability to grow as they go through their careers. And improved professional development will result in improved schools and improved education in general. The goal of continuing education for teachers has three goals. The first one, staff development. This is to increase the competence of the individuals, each individual teacher. Organizational development, to improve the competencies of the entire organization and teachers as a team. And then finally, development of both, which in the end will improve the quality of the education. In addition to addressing the needs of the staff and the organization, continuing education for teachers must also take into account current issues with schools. Some of those issues include the need for special training related to special education and training related to school violence. And finally, professional development also needs to address school reform and school restructuring. Staff development for teachers must focus on improvement. It must take into account personal and professional growth, looking at improving instructional practices and skills, and it must not be treated like just another staff meeting. Exceptional continuing education for teachers can be linked to school improvement. Through the improvement of teaching techniques, the school benefits and improves. It also is a catalyst for organizational change, as well as the interaction of students and staff for innovation, create change, and impact the culture of the school itself. Staff development is often cited as the only viable method available to keep teacher knowledge and skills in step with the changing needs of the students. According to Hendrickson, page 244, few educators have had sufficient training in the individualized instruction, behavior management, teaching social skills, group instruction strategies, consultation, collaboration, and team teaching to meet the day-to-day needs of the challenging students. A well-constructed program of continuing education for teachers will give them the knowledge, the skills, and the attitudes they need to face their daily challenges. Developing the professionals develops the profession. Schools are urged to use the talents and potential of their professional personnel as the only sure way to improve the entire system. Schools improvement is not only achieved by buying new programs, rather genuine school improvement comes from changes made by the people involved. Universities and other pre-service education of teachers is inadequate to sustain the knowledge and skills they need to be the professional teacher throughout their careers. One must also look at teaching. Is teaching viewed as a labor, and it requires little other than to follow instructions? Or is teaching viewed as an art and requires different applications of standards related to a person's natural gifts?
Or is teaching viewed as a profession, focusing on the deliberate actions of the teacher who make conscious choices based on their students' needs? Developing the professional will develop the profession. The characteristics of the best staff development model for teachers include the following. The model must include a motivational factor to support the improvement of teacher skills. It must have planning, execution, and evaluation collaborated into it. It must have continuing activity and ongoing learning. The model good instructional behavior. The evaluation process or evaluations should be in the humanistic realm, and the whole school should be involved. The teachers, the staff, and even the students. The chapter suggests that educators interested in staff development should become acquainted with the organizations and journals listed below.